Hey guys, what's popping off? Happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. Obviously, if it's your first time here, my name is Gary. Thank you so much for returning back to my channel. It means so much to me. So today's video is going to be a very juicy story time. Something just triggered me to do the story time, and I haven't done one in a while, and you guys keep saying, where are the story times? So let's get straight into it. And if you want to see what I got to say in this juicy story time about a messy housemate, keep on watching. Okay, so in today's video, I'm basically going to be doing my everyday bronze kind of full beat look. I'm not really gonna kind of precisely say what I'm really using, but for I'm gonna put everything in the description bar below. I am gonna be using a new Tom Ford foundation and a new La Mer foundation, but if you guys want a separate review on these products, I can do. But if you joined my Sip and Slay live on Friday, you would know how much I love this foundation. It's so bomb. So let's just get into it, bitches. Okay, so let's begin. So I'm going to do base first because the eyes are quite light and I don't really need to do them first because they're quite simple. I don't really need to do too much. Okay, I got lip balm on. This is a Fenty one, but you know, this lip balm mixed in with your base. Okay, so this might have been, so basically this is about the housemate from hell. The only reason this triggered me is because I'm not sure if he doesn't follow me on Instagram because I checked. So basically, he liked one of my pictures on Instagram and we actually fell out in really bad circumstances. And I didn't hear from this housemate. I'm not going to say his name, but we're going to call him, because his name's quite generic. So I would consider my name quite generic because my name's Gary and it's it's a British name, but a lot of people don't name their children Gary anymore because it's kind of like a basic name. But anyway, we're going to call him Charles, yeah. Yeah, and basically, it was basically when I first moved to London. I just finished uni, and I was staying with my friend, one of my really, really good friends at the time. And basically, what had happened was, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm doing foundation. Oh my god, this is so confusing. Okay, we're doing foundation. Okay, what happened was, I was staying at her house, and one of her housemates who was low-key this is not the right shade. Guys, I just realized I didn't use the La Mer primer. I don't care, I'm just gonna put it on top of the corrector. Let's just, we move. Okay, so I was staying at my friend's place. Her place was amazing. She lived in this really big house in London. It was where all of the footballers lived. It was where, before she died, it was where Amy Winehouse used to live. So basically, her housemate was low-key racist, so she kind of reported me to the landlord to say that I was staying there, you know, not paying rent. Well, I was paying rent, but she was just very racist, and they had a lot of problems. So we all got kicked out. And I moved back to Birmingham for a while, and I really wanted to move back to London. So I was looking for a place, and then my friend was like, oh Gary, Charles is looking for a place too. And I did know him, I've known him since Birmingham days. He dated someone I knew, and I kind of knew he was for the streets, but it was fine. But anyway, so we kind of messaged each other being like, hey babe, we're looking for a place, this is kind of the budget we have. And he was like, yeah, I'm looking for a place too. At the time he lived in a place near me, and I was like, okay, cool. So I found a place. It was in a part of London I've never lived before, but I've always lived in South London, but not this area. I've just never, you know, when the area is just, you just wouldn't go there, but it's fine. So we moved into this place, guys. This place was not cute. It just wasn't cute at all. It was on top of a shop. It was really run down. But at the time, because I was back in Birmingham, and for me, going back to Birmingham was kind of like a step backwards after I finished uni, because I love London so much. If it's loud, I've got my window open because it's really cute and breezy today.
Okay, and what do you want me to do about that?
So anyway, we moved into this house, but guys, this house wasn't cute. First of all, when I first met up with the landlord, I knew she was going to be a problem because I wore this outfit, yeah, and I looked cute, and she was like, she was Nigerian, but she was cool, but when she first seen me, she was like, what are you wearing? And I thought, bitch, I am about to pay your damn mortgage and your rent. How dare you say that to me? But I just allowed it because, you know what, the place was, you know, affordable and cute. So we move in. He moves in a few weeks after because he obviously had to get his stuff up, and he didn't drive, and I did. And I'm not about to take a bunch of stuff from my car because there's so much stuff, but moving is just stressful in general. So we're moving to this place, and guys, nothing's working. The stove isn't working. We only have hot water certain hours of the day. We have pests. We have like mice. It was probably, was it the worst house of stairs in London? Hold on. No, it was probably, yes, it was number one, because I've lived in 2 places in London where it's been crazy, and that had to be the maddest one. So yeah, we're living in this house. Guys, it was just awful. I can't explain to you how just awful it was. Like, it was actually crazy. So then he comes along, and then everything's really cool and stuff. At the time, where was I working? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was at Mac. I was at Mac at the time. I was a host. And I was working 5 days a week, guys. So this was the first kind of time I was working like full time, and just really getting into full time life. Because prior to that, I was working. No, was I still at Mac? Where was I? No, I wasn't at Mac. I had left. No, yeah, I had left. I was at Armani Exchange, which was, that is a whole nother story time. Oh my, wow, did I forget how what that job? No, anyway, so. I was at Armani Exchange, and the job itself was awful, so I wasn't really feeling great about myself just because it was such a hard job. It was very competitive. So anyway, when I come back home, I just wanted to chill. Didn't really feel like speaking to anyone, but me and him were like cool and stuff. So I would come back, and his music was blasting loud. Random people would be there, and because at this time I didn't have a lock on my door, and at the time, guys, I didn't have pieces, but I had really valuable things. And to me, if you're gonna have more than like 3 people in the house, and you're not really saying to them, oh, you can't really go up there because that's my housemate's place. But why is someone like just standing outside my door, like, I'm not sure what they were doing, but they were doing something mad and illegal. But anyway, and I was just like, what the hell? So I didn't really say anything, because you know what, I'm gonna give you a pass on that one, because this is the first time this has happened. So anyway, it must have been another time where I came up from work, and I'm not sure what was going on, but he had a guy he was seeing over. Music was playing. I could smell weed. I was just getting really, really annoyed, because I was like, you know what? I've come home from work. The kitchen was dirty. The back, I just can't stand when people are dirty, guys. And plus, the apartment wasn't that great anyway. So let's just try and keep it the cutest we can. So anyway, him and this guy were obviously doing their thing. I don't have a problem with that. Let's let me know beforehand, so I'm prepared for it, in it, because just clean up after yourself, so I wouldn't mind. So anyway, and him and this guy obviously start, having sex. But guys, loud, like, what? I just don't get it. Like, first of all, I was on this floor and he was below here. Why does it need to be so loud? And why does the bed sound like it's about to collapse? Sweetheart, I just couldn't. Anyway, I kind of allowed it. And then when the boyfriend went, or whoever he was seeing at the time, I don't know, this guy's for the streets. I was just like, babe, like, I work 5 days a week. This job is a madness. If you're gonna have guys back, just let me know. And if it's gonna be a late one, could you just try and keep it quiet? And then he was like, oh my
God, babe, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that happened. I just didn't know, like, obviously, like, we've only lived here for a while, I'm not sure what the sound was like. And I was just
thought, shut the fuck up, bitch. You know what the sound was like. And anyway, I kind of gave him a pass because he apologized. And if someone apologizes, I'm not gonna, I'm not the kind of person to hold a grudge unless you're doing it more than twice. So I was like, okay, let me allow this bitch. So anyway, I allowed him. And then there was another incident where I came back home. Guys, I came back home after a long day at this job that I really hated, but couldn't leave, because if I left, I was kind of like, I wasn't living from paycheck to paycheck because I was getting help, but it was the same time as that, like, it was just a job that was like, paying my rent, paying my bills, and I just moved back to London, so I didn't really have a lot. So anyway, I come back and this guy is having like a mini party. There's like 7 people around. There was one guy who he invited who I just did not like. I've seen him before. We had a problem with each other. And I had to pull this guy to the side and I went, you know what? Like, what is wrong with you? I've told you many times, yeah, that I'm coming home from work and you're not telling me you're bringing people home. You're disrespecting me and you're disrespecting this place. First of all, when I was moving, I did not have to bring you on into this place. Like, this place isn't a party home. I'm not about that life. If you want to have a party, let me know. Have it be on a weekend, but it was on a weekday, so I was really, really pissed off. This guy was giving me attitude in front of his friends, and I thought, who the fuck are you talking to? Like I was just so angry. So I remember ringing my friend, the one that introduced us, that said, oh, he's looking for a place too. I had to say to him, babe, your friend is on a fucking madness. Like, he's just doing too much. Like, I'm gonna have to like look for a new place, because like, I just can't stand him, and me and him are gonna fight. First of all, like, I'm not sure what he's even doing. He's saying he's going to work, but I'm not sure where he was working at the time. Well, he said he was working doing something, but every time I came back, you were all at home in the same clothes. Not sure if you've had a shower. I'm just not sure, and we were just clashing. So, and the first thing, and the other thing was he was blatantly eating my food, guys, eating my damn food.
A little bit ghetto, you know, a little bit hood.
And guys, when it comes to food, things that are personal to me, we're fighting. I'm gonna catch a case. So anyway, things just kind of calmed down after that, and like, you know, I think there was this tension. Like, when I came back from work, I wasn't saying hello. When I was leaving, I wasn't saying goodbye. And if I would see him, so imagine we would go. So after work, I was just like, I didn't really want to go back home, because I would just want to go back home at a time where I knew he'd be asleep, or I knew he wouldn't be there, just because I don't want to conversate with you, because I do not like you. At this point, I want to box you in your face, and I want to tell you to go back to where you're from in Birmingham, because London isn't for you, sweetie. You are tricking, thotting and bopping, and I'm not sure if you've got a job. So anyway, it was just tense in the house. When I would come down to make a coffee in the morning, he would be getting ready for his job, and we just wouldn't speak. So it was like that for a while. You know, I think one weekend I was just chilling. One of my friend came over, the one I stayed with when I didn't have anywhere to live in London, and we were just chilling, you know, blah blah. And who comes and knocks the door? He comes and knocks the door and is like, oh, like, what are you guys doing? What are we doing? Sweetie, we are kikiing. What are you doing? And why are you knocking my door, honey?
Get your life together.
And like, he was just saying how he was upset, and he was like saying, I'm so sorry for, like, obviously the awkwardness, and how he's made really bad friends in London, and, you know, people have been lying to him. So basically, I'm not sure what I shouldn't even be saying this, but so basically, he had been dealing with all these people that were friends, and I'm not sure if, you know, each person had their way, and he was just upset because he was like, you know, all these guys in London are like messing me around and blah blah blah. Okay, girl. Okay, so I was just like, you know what? When someone's upset, and, you know, I'm just gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. And, you know what? We're gonna be cool. So, you know, I kind of invited him in, which was a big mistake. And we were all chilling, and he was just like saying how he's finding London so hard, and like he's not sure what to do. He wants to move back home. When I was like, move back home, bitch. Move back home. And I was like, oh, babe. So anyway, he was just like, yeah. But anyway, I did feel bad for him, because he worked. I remember where he worked now. No, he did work. He did work. I remember where he said he worked. So he worked at this store. I'm not gonna say where, because it's gonna be so bait. And I worked at this store in central London, not too far from where I worked, actually around the corner. So, and then he was just explaining the situation, so I could see why he was getting upset, because he had this manager that was getting onto him, and he was afraid he was going to get sacked, and if he did get sacked, he would have to go home, which I was like low-key happy for. So there's legit sirens. There's always sirens, I think, because lockdown's been eased. Everyone's been moving mad. Everyone's just, you know, fighting a bopping. So I'm just gonna contour. So anyway, me and him kind of we weren't cool, but like, we had a phase where we were like, okay, this is what it is. We didn't really like chill too much, but we were kind of getting to a better place, until one day I came home, and then he had this guy back, and at first he didn't really take him out of his room, so I was like, okay, I don't really mind, because they were being really quiet. And then I was like downstairs, remember, I was cooking, I think I was cooking some like instant meal that I got, because back then, guys, times were rough. So anyway, I'm in the kitchen, and this guy comes in the kitchen, and I'm like, wait, I was like, this guy looks so familiar, but this guy's proper giving me evils. How dare you give me evils in my own house, and you're with my housemates? So anyway, I was just chilling in the kitchen cooking, and I was thinking, this guy looks familiar. So anyway, I've got my phone out, but I take like a sneaky picture quickly, but he didn't really see. So anyway, I messaged one of my like really good friends, be like, babe, who is this guy again? And he's in my house with my housemate, and he's giving me evils in my own house. Oh, it's really windy outside. So anyway, my friend was like, babe, that's this and this. Watch your stuff. He's a thief. So anyway, I'm like, what? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, babe. He's in that room where. So basically, there's a store in London, and when you go for training, they tell you about all these like thieves, and they kind of show you like videos of when people like rob stuff, and like, and in this video, I'm not sure if they still use it in this training video, but this guy is in that video. So I'm just like, I'm like, well, hell no, honey. And I haven't got a knock on my door. I don't judge people, but no, honey. Like, this guy was notorious for doing that, because back in the day in London, especially on the scene, everyone was just about, you know, well, it was still like that in real life, but everyone was really about, you know, Vivienne Westwood showing off their pieces, and a lot of these like younger gays, I don't want to say, used to like, you know, sometimes just steal stuff. Like, it was just what it was. And this guy was known for doing that. So I was just like, oh, hell no. And it's a fact that I don't really mind. Obviously, he could have changed. But when he saw me, he was giving me evils because I've seen this guy before, but I just didn't clock where I knew him from. So anyway, I'm just like, okay, how dare you give me dirty looks? And then I remember him saying, you're right. And I was like, yeah, you okay? So anyway, it was kind of like a madness from there. And then I was just like, after he went, I said to James, oh, like, how do you know that guy? I knew what his name was now. But funny enough, this guy who was gay is now turned straight and had kids. But okay, who cares? And, oh, you know, I just met him. You know, he's really, really nice. I went, where did you meet him? He went in Soho. And I went, what, today? He went, no, last night. And I went, no. I said, oh. I'm gonna blurt that out. I said, Charles, I'm gonna, sorry, I said that person's name. I said, you can't be bringing people you just met, like, to the house. You know how dangerous that is. First of all, someone could rob me and rob you and box us both down. Just, you need to get your priorities in check. Okay, sorry guys, I keep having to stop because I can't find everything I want. So I'm just gonna set my face. So anyway, we had the most biggest argument because he kept saying, who do you think I am? Like, I can do whatever I want. I pay rent in this place. Like, you can't tell me what to do. Like, I deserve as much freedom as you do. First of all, the only person I've ever brought to his house was one of my good friends who I stayed with. Because first of all, I just don't believe in bringing people into your space, like new friends, people who you've met into your house, because you just don't know what people's intentions are. Like, sometimes people are just a bit too open with people who they're bringing into their house. Like, this is your personal space. Like, you're going to the corner shop and you're leaving some random that you met like last night in your room. Are you mad? Like, this is how people get like fraud and shit happen to them. So anyway, we had the most massive argument. I didn't speak to him for ages, and it was very much a situation where when he was in the kitchen, I wouldn't go in the kitchen. When I was doing cooking or something, he wouldn't come in. I wouldn't even speak to him. If he would even speak to me about a bill or something, I wouldn't look at him in the eye because he just made me quite sick, to be honest. And I really just wanted to fight him.
I would like to see it.
I know I don't condone violence, but I really wanted to fight this. He was just doing way too much, and he was just seeking attention. So anyway, oh my god, this bronze is too dark. So anyway, long and behold, where was I? I was going for drinks after work because I had just quit my job. I was working at the most awful job, guys, and I literally got on a job at, I'm trying to think, where did I work after there? Oh, that's gonna really annoy me. It was definitely a makeup job. Was it MAC? It can't have been MAC. I'm not sure where it was, but it was definitely a makeup job. I don't think it was MAC. It might, actually, no, it was. So anyway, I was happy I was working at MAC. And then I went out to celebrate in Soho. We went to GAY bar, which is just like, it's like a bar. They have loads of them. If you live in London, you know GAY bar, Heaven, GAY late. You know, they play that kind of poppy music. I wouldn't personally go there anymore because, you know. Anyway, so I'm in this bar, and my friend who came to my house who I used to live with was with me too. She's like, yeah, she's leaving your job, let's get drunk, bop, you know, So then she's like, oh, Gary, isn't that Charles over there? And I'm like, oh, who cares? Don't care. Now I've got this job. I'm gonna look for another place. I'm gonna move out. He's gonna get tomped down. So anyway, we got our drinks, and because where he was sitting, there was only seats there. So, hold on, I need to finish my bronzer because this part is so oh my god. I don't know. Sorry, I'm literally like, it's so hard to tell a story time and do makeup, but I just don't want to just tell the story time and not do anything because that would have been a hella dry. So I'm just going to set my under eyes. And so anyway, we go and sit down, and he's obviously there. He's clocked me. We're kind of just giving each other energy, but like he's with some people that I kind of know of, but I'm not really friends with. So obviously he's like, hey, and I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? Then he's just like, yeah, I'm good. We're just having drinks, blah, blah. And I'm just like, every time I see this boy, he's with someone different. And sometimes you've got to like, obviously it's good to have loads of friends, but when you see someone and they're always with a different friendship group, like, why is that? Like, you can't be for everybody sometimes, you know what I mean? So anyway, me and my friend are just chilling. We're like getting drinks. We're just dancing. I'm getting a bit drunk now. Not drunk, but obviously when I go out, I don't get paralytic drunk, guys. I just actually Sometimes I do. It depends if I'm on holiday or if I know I'm around people that I can trust to like take care of me. But I just don't get like that. I'm always knowing where I'm going home. I always know how to go from A to B. Always know where my wallet is. Always know where my phone is. I'm not one of these girls that just lose their phones. Touch wood. You know, we're drinking, and then as I'm getting drunk, he's getting drunk, and he's getting really familiar, just joining in the conversation. Turn around, babes. No one's talking to you. Just because we live together, we don't need to kiki in this bar. So anyway, I'm getting a bit pissed off, and like, I'm just like to my friend, why does he keep getting involved? Like, he's with his friends. Like, I'm just so confused. So anyway, he's like, oh, like, after, should we get a cab back home together? Should we, like, travel back together? I'm like, oh, no, I think me and my friend are going to go somewhere else. But I'll just see you back at whatever, you know, because I'm like, travel back home together. So, honey, are you okay? Like, what? Okay, sorry guys, I had to do one eye because basically I've got another colour in this Glossier Sky Wash. Basically like a liquid eyeshadow, but it gives you a tint, but I'm going to go over it with my bronzer. But I've got a warm colour, but I can't find it, but I've never used this colour, and this is in the shade Echo, but these are really, really nice, just for like a natural glam. So anyway, yeah, so we're kikiing, and he's obviously wanting to like travel back home or know where me and my friends are going, and we weren't really feeling it because my friend knows the kind of energy he brings and what kind of person he was. So we were just like, we're kind of trying to avoid it. So we stayed there for a bit, and then we were just chilling. And basically, I got this bracelet from like just someone really special in my life. It was like a Armani bracelet. It was just so special to me, and like I got it when I lived in Birmingham, and it was just like a really nice bracelet I wore on special occasions. I wouldn't really wear it out because a few times it's come off my hand in the club, and luckily bouncers have like been able to find it. So anyway, long and behold, my friend Jenny, so she says, I keep saying people's names. I'm like, this is like supposed to be anonymous, but I can say her name because it's fine. She says, babe, hold on. I didn't realize you and James had the same bracelet. And I went, babe, what do you mean? She went, look on his hand. I went, sorry? First of all, it was this Armani bracelet, which, first of all, I know he didn't have. Second of all, it was limited edition. Like, it just wouldn't make sense for him to have it. And the only reason I knew it was mine is because mine was worn and torn, and you couldn't bounce up to the last buckle because the hole was hella loose. And I was like, is this guy fucking serious? You have gone into my room because I know exactly where I put it, and you have stolen my bracelet, and you're wearing it out to this bar to impress these fake bitches you're with. I had to grab him up. I said to him, are you mad? Are you mad? Why have you got my bracelet on? This guy looked like someone had just slapped his mom or something crazy. He looked so shook because he obviously had worn it and gone into my room and gone into where I put my jewelry, which is just such a break of trust. Like, I would never think he had gone into my room because I just would never have thought he would stoop so low, and he just looked so shocked. And I said, why have you got my bracelet on? I goes, what are you doing? You've obviously gone in my room and like put my bracelet on. What else have you been doing? Have you been? And it just got me so scared to think, has he like been stealing money from me because I was keeping some cash in my room? And has he been like, you know, he could have been doing anything, because like, if you're living with someone and you've got that trust in them, you're just not gonna think they're gonna go into your room and steal shit. It was just so crazy. By the way, if you're a person that loves brown eyeshadows, like, this is kind of quite cool tone, but I really like it. If like, imagine you just want to like, I could just literally go out like this and like be like, you know, here, put a lash on, some liner, and I'm done. But actually, what I normally do with my bronze looks, I normally put this on and I go over it with Morphe Supreme, just because it kind of acts as like a base. But there's another one, I'm not sure what it's called now, but it's kind of ready. So anyway, I'm proper pissed off. Like, you've got my bracelet on. Sorry, you've got my bracelet on, and I'm so pissed off. So anyway, you know what he said? He said he found it in the corner of the hallway. No, listen, don't lie to me, because I hadn't worn this bracelet since my last birthday. That was when I turned, how old was I? I think it was when I turned 26 or something, or 25. So anyway, he lied, and I literally grabbed it off his wrist. When I say grabbed it, these guys that were like, what you doing? I went, shut the f. I said, this is my bracelet. You sit down. I'm not sure why you guys are getting involved. So I took the bracelet off him. I was so angry, and then me and my friend just bounced and left. Like, I was proper fuming, and my friend was like, Carrie, calm down. I went, no, I'm not calming down because he's broken my trust. He's gone into my room and taken my bracelet. I'm not sure what else he's taken. I'm gonna have to go home and think about what else he's taken. Who knows what he's been taking? Do you know what I mean? I didn't have a lot of jewelry, but I had jewelry that meant stuff to me. It could have been like a £10 bracelet from Claire's. Like it's mine, bitch. I go back home. I said to my friend, you know what, it's best you probably just go home as well, because I know it's just about to get messy when he gets back. So anyway, I go back and I check my stuff. He's obviously gone through my stuff because I just know the way I left my jewelry drawer. And I can see that he probably hasn't taken anything else. But how do I know he hasn't been wearing that for months and being like lying to his friends saying that was his bracelet? Because the bracelet was banging, even though have I lost it? No, I haven't lost it. It's somewhere around here, but I just can't find it. Who knows what he had been taking from me, like bags, and waiting until I got home. Because you know what was weird? You know what I clocked? He always used to message me asking, babe, oh, what time are you going to be home? Where are you? And I just wouldn't think anything of it. I'd probably think he would ask that because maybe he wanted to bring someone back or, you know, blah, blah. But maybe he was asking because he thought, let me get home, put this thing back before he clocks where it's gone. You sneaky mother.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie.
Anyway, the next day, he obviously got back late because he didn't want to feel the aftermath of me. My ass fell asleep. When I heard him go into the kitchen, yeah, I literally went straight downstairs. I said, you are disgusting. I goes, you didn't find that in the hallway. You went in my room and got that. I goes, you know what? I'm going to leave this house. I goes, I cannot stay in this house with you one more time. First of all, you're nasty. You don't clean up after yourself. You've got different men coming all hours of the day. I'm not sure what you're doing. And next you want to steal from me. I goes, how dare you go in my room? How dare you? I goes, you think you could ever speak to me again? Do not talk to me. Don't conversate with me. Don't WhatsApp me. Don't do anything. I was just so pissed off. So pissed off. So I remember moving out the week after. I didn't find a place, but I stayed in a hotel for like maybe 10 days and then I found a place. It was honestly just so crazy, guys. It was probably one of the most angriest moments I've ever experienced in my life. I actually wanted to hit him, but I'm not a violent person and I'm not trying to catch a case for assault, but it was just, I'm actually getting mad thinking about it. Like it was honestly just too much. Okay, before I carry on, because I feel like I'm speeding up the story before I finish my makeup, I'm literally gonna put a gel liner on. I'm probably gonna do it off camera. I'm gonna use this name makes me laugh. It's by Melt Cosmetic and it's called Spliff. Okay, so literally had to do some liner and I threw it on my Lash Squad member Sabina's lashes just because I felt like there would just be a bit more, you know. And I'm filming something after this, but you guys know me for my bad and bougie. So let me carry on. I'm literally just blending out this white eyeliner using this Morphe brush is amazing. It's an E36, so just use it to blend out the white eyeliner if it goes over my waterline. So anyway, I had moved out and the weirdest thing, yeah, I had moved out and I had made a new friend who was from Birmingham as well, who knew Charles, but we didn't really know him. So I explained the situation. He was like, no, bro, no way. It doesn't surprise me though, because he moves mad. So anyway, I started going out. And then my new friend introduced me to another friend that knew, well, who was dating Charles, which I didn't know about. How crazy is that? So when this new guy who knew my friend knew me, he was giving me bare attitude. Like, when I was talking to him, he was like looking at me like I was dirt. And I was thinking, that's weird. Why is this guy giving me bad energy? And then it made sense when he said who his boyfriend was. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was just being straight to my goals. I'm not sure why you give me attitude, because this is the facts you need to know. You need to know. Your guy is for the streets. So anyway, he was just like, no way. Like, he didn't. When people tell stories, they never tell the right version. They tell their version, what they want to be perceived. So anyway, they were still going anyway and I didn't care. I see him in the club, I see him in the bar, but I can happily pretend that someone isn't in a venue or a club or something. Sometimes I can't, it's a bit awkward if we're like really good friends, but me and him weren't that good friends from the get-go, so I actually didn't care. Obviously it got a bit awkward and then nothing happened really. Then after that, I think he kind of moved away for a while, which was really good. And then I actually heard, well, not heard, it was confirmed, he then got into the adult entertainment industry. If you know what I mean, well, you know what I mean. I don't need to say what it is. He got into the adult how do you say, adult entertainment industry, because I'm not sure. He was one of these people where I'm not sure what he really wanted. He knew what he wanted to do, so then he started doing that, and then obviously I seen myself that he was doing it, and I thought it was kind of sad because even though we had our beef, I know he had talent. He had some kind of talent. I know he dressed nice and he had a kind of like style, but other than that, it was above me. And so anyway, he started doing that, and then I didn't like really see what he was doing from there. Then I know he went to the gym. He got really, really big, and then next thing you know, 2 years down the line, after that whole while, so I just had to like, you know, give me a little and I basically started working out. I was much bigger than I was then. I was proper going gym hard, yeah. And then I was working out one day and I just thought, that guy looks really familiar, but I just couldn't place my name on it. I was like, that's so weird. And my trainer was like, I don't train with him anymore, but we're still good friends. And he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, that guy over there looks so familiar. I think it's someone I know, but I wasn't too sure because this person was huge. Like, when I say huge, it was almost like borderline unnatural, but obviously, God, that's not for me to say. And my trainer was like, oh yeah, he tried to hit me up. I think his name is Charles, but the real name. And I was like,
Shut up. Show me the messages.
and then he showed me the messages and it was him. And I was so shocked because he was getting so much muscle, so much blah blah. But I think obviously when I told you he was obviously in the adult entertainment industry, he obviously had to put on muscle, because obviously when you're getting your cheeks clapped, so you need to have like a little, you know, a little muscle on you. So, you know, we don't judge over here. Like, some things aren't for everyone. It's like Wendy Williams says, not every girl can go to Harvard and get a degree. Some of us have to strip, some of us have to, you know what, get your coin, girl. But anyway, it was him, and he obviously knew it was me, because when I clocked, this guy gave me the most dirtiest look, and I just thought, you dumb bitch. Ugh. But anyway, it was just really awkward, because once I was getting changed in the changing room, and like, this was like, because I used to train like at mad times at like 6, oh, is this too much blush? Oh my, this is too much blush. This is too much blush. And anyway, it was like early in the morning, and he came in the changing rooms, and it was just so awkward, like awkward. So anyway, he just kind of went, and I was like, and it was just so awkward, guys, like so awkward. So anyway, he was just like, hey, how you been? I was like, good. Like, I wasn't really saying much. You know, you give one word answers. Someone goes, you okay? I'm okay. Like, I was even clothed answer questions. Like, I wasn't being like giving like responses where he could be like, you know. And it was just really awkward, guys. Like, he kept coming on to my trainer, and my trainer didn't fancy him. And I just felt like saying, oh, haven't you learned your lesson from the past? That start to go. My trainer had a man like, stop trying to go for other people's men, because that's what's gonna get you. Anyway, so the reason I wanted to do this story time is because the other day he liked a few of my pictures. And you know when someone likes your pictures, you don't think they clock it. But sometimes when I'm on my phone and someone likes their pictures, I can clock it, because sometimes you just have to see a certain Avi or username. And you're like, who is that? That person looks familiar. So it was him. He's obviously now in a long-term relationship. I don't think he's doing what he's doing anymore. And I think he's traveling, but he followed me. And I think he followed me for about maybe a day just to see if I'd follow him back. I ain't following you back. Are you mad? What am I following you for? I keep the same damn energy. So anyway, so yeah, he unfollowed me after that. But hold on, during the gym, he actually did come up to me again and apologize prior to him following me the other day. And he apologized, and I was like, you know what? It happened years ago. It is what it is. Let's just keep it pushing. So anyway, when I seen him in the gym, it wasn't as awkward, and we just kind of just done what we done. And then I think I seen him out once, but again, I kept the same energy, didn't speak to him. And then yeah, he followed me the other day, and then he unfollowed me because I think he expected me to follow him back. And obviously he's kind of built, because you know on Instagram, you know how there's girls that are really sexy and like show their bodies. He's kind of on that kind of same wavelength. He's showing his body, even though he's got a boyfriend. And I think, you know, gays love like topless kind of, you know, get on Instagram. They love that kind of, you know, I'm showing my body, I'm in underwear. It's just kind of like, oh girl, there's different type of Instagrammers, but I was like, girl, do your thing. But the energy is still gonna get kept the same. I'd never speak to you again. I won't forget how you went into my room and stole my watch. So guys, that's the whole story. But imagine this girl's trying to follow me up so we could do Kiki. No babes, keep the same energy. I would never speak to you again. People can change, but I just feel like for me, you just disrespected me too much times for me to like be friends with you and you know go for coffees and you know pop lock and drop it. It's just a no from me, babes, you know. So guys, that was the end of that story time. I'm trying to think, did I miss out any vital information? That was it. So I'm just gonna finish off my lips. I'm using Morphe Trendsetter. Let me guys know if you've ever lived with a really toxic housemate, like really toxic, because I feel like that was one of the worst housemates. Actually, was it one of the I've had another one, but she's actually really nice. She just had issues, but him, I'm laughing because of the story. It's just bringing back so many memories. We're gonna keep the lip matte. We're gonna go in with Morphe Main Squeeze. Actually, using my Instagram, my Sip and Slay Live. A lot of you guys love that, but a lot of you guys aren't getting notifications. But you know why? It's because a lot of you haven't got the bell clicked, the blood clot on. Click that bell, click that subscribe. When you click the bell, click all, just so you're notified on all my lives, because I'm gonna do Sip and Slay on and off. So 1 week could be recorded and 1 week could be live. Live is so much fun though. I like live. And I spoke to Kelsey and she gave me a tip on how to do the whole chat thing, and it's actually an app called, what's it called? It's called something, but I'm gonna use that. So the next Sip and Slay will be cute, and the winners have been chosen already. But on every live, I'm gonna do a giveaway. But I'm not gonna do a giveaway on the recorded ones, but I'm gonna do a giveaway on the live ones, just because it's easier to pick a winner right there and then. So okay, so guys, this is the finished look. Let me see, have I got a mirror anywhere? Where's that small? Oh, let's see. Do we like it? This is kind of my. I wouldn't. Is it? Yeah, it's kind of my everyday kind of, not everyday makeup. It's never this like. It's just, yeah, every day, you know what I mean? It's really, really cute. I'll put all the product description bar below, but guys, this Tom Ford foundation, I'm actually going to do a video on it. I'm going to do a wear test on it, because obviously I've only been wearing it in the house and I haven't been going anywhere, even though lockdown has been done. But that Tom Ford Prime is actually really nice as well. But yeah, this foundation bangs. Let me guys know if you want more story times. I've actually got a few I've been thinking of, but some of them I can't really speak about because it's been a bit too recent. But I really, really like this look. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video and this story time. Don't forget to please subscribe. I'm trying to grow this family, and please hit that bell just so you're notified when I do my live Sip and Slays and my future videos to come. I love you guys so much. Have the best Sunday ever, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.